Hey guys, Carl here from Fretbound. I'm just going to go over in this video how I make the music videos you see on my channel, and I'm using Adobe Premiere Pro. You can use whatever program you want. It's all going to be the same basically. I mean, these are pretty simple videos really, but if you don't know how to do it, this is how you do it. Well, this is how I do it anyway. First of all, what I do is I go to this website here, which is called pexels.com. I'll put a link in the description so that you can just click on it and go to it. When I make a video, what I usually do is I try and stick to one theme, so I'll use like weather, or I'll use people dancing, or I'll use animals in slow motion, that sort of thing. This one here, this is a weather videos page. And what I would do with this is I would right click and I would open each one that I want. Not like that. In a new tab. You see they'll all come up here. Like this, and then I'll go through each one. I'll click download. And then obviously save the file to wherever you want it. Credit the people who are giving us these videos. Even just send them a message on Instagram, say thanks, because it's a big help. So that's how you get your videos anyway. Just go through and do that, and I mean, yeah, I don't even really need to explain that, it's very simple. So once you've saved videos, you've got over here, these are the videos, so these are all the videos that I've saved off Pexels. And what I usually do is I make a folder. I make one folder where I keep all the files for each song. So for this song, it's got all the video files, plus it's also got the audio file in there. It's in there somewhere. Anyway, what you do is you just grab the audio file, and you can see the audio file here, and I've dragged it into this window, which is where I'm like sequencing all my clips. So I drag the audio into there, and then I get each video file, and I drag that in, and you can see how I've overlapped them here. Just overlap them a bit, and each of these is like a transition, and I use the cross dissolve transition. So you can see how that works, like that. So that's how I do all that throughout the video. At the end, on the last clip, I put this one here, and if I click on it, there we go. And this one here is a dip to black, this one up here. And I'll show you what that does. So, and I usually have that fading out with the music. So that just goes like that. And with these, all you do is you left click on them and drag them onto each clip. I'm sure there's a quicker way of doing it, but that's just how I do it. And then when you click on these transitions and come up here, you can set the duration. I usually have them around 2 to 3 seconds for the cross dissolve. And the fade out, that fade to black, or dip to black, I just set that to whatever seems right to go with the music. I usually have it fading out with the music, so that duration can vary a bit. Alright, so this here's my watermark. I don't know why, but I've set the opacity to 40% on this. I usually have it at 15%. I don't like it to be, you know, I don't like the watermark to be so loud like this one is. You can see here it's 40%, it's too much. I should have only set it to 15, but I didn't. So that's just that. With that, I just make that, and I would make that as a PNG file, so that you've got the clear background. If you make it as a JPEG, you're going to have like a white box in behind it, which doesn't always look the best unless that's what you want. Then go for it. But I use a PNG, and I make that. I make these with a free picture editing website actually called Pixlr. It's pixlr.com. So I make that in there. And you're probably wondering how I get it to slide in like this. You see it slide in like that, and then it just sits there for the whole video. What I do is, again over here under video transitions, is I use the slide effect, and I just grab this here and I drag it to the start of there, and that makes it slide in from the left to the right. When you get to the end, you'll see it slide out back to the left. Okay, so what I do there is I click on this and I check this reverse box, and that'll make it reverse back out. And I have it set to 5 seconds. I usually have this set quite slow, this fade in, or this slide in. But that's how I do it anyway. That's how I make these videos, and they're really simple. And if you're making music online, like especially instrumental music, I highly recommend having these sorts of things on YouTube or whatever. I mean, I don't need to explain to you that having something visual to go with your music, it improves the experience of your music, tenfold. It really does. It really does. I highly recommend it. So yeah, so that's how I do my music videos anyway. If you've got any questions or anything, leave them in the comments below. I'll leave a few links to a couple of those sites, and I'll also put a link in the descriptions so you can view this song in its entirety if you haven't seen it already. Alright, till next time.